What's up, everybody? Josh here with Nippon Imports, and today we are looking at a 1984 Honda City. This is a E2 trim. Okay, and as you can see, this is a model with the fender mirrors, which is a somewhat rare option. A lot of times these come with the side mirrors on here, and it also has the factory parking pole, which does work. You turn on lights and that little orange light up there lights up. So yeah, as you can see, the rear hatch is open, so of course you already know how we like to do things around here. We're going to put the Motocompo in here, and this one is a little bit more special as we are offering it with a lot of little goodies that are extremely hard to find. So just giving you a little bit of history here, the Honda City, this was a factory option to have the Honda Motocompo in the rear hatch. Now, I actually have a Honda City manual here, and you'll see in the photos that it'll have the Motocompo in here as well. Let's see if I can find it real quick. There you go. I don't know why there's a turtle there, but okay. And as you can see there, it has the factory straps. Now, in all the years that I've done Honda Cities and Motocompos, I've never found the factory straps. And actually I have, but they go for like literally $200 for some, and there's really nothing special about them at all. You know, from what I could tell, these are metal clasp, and the way that I do it is I use these, it has like a plastic or rubber coating around the hooks, and it's that way it does not damage the paint. And it's tied down good, and these are actually the factory anchor points where the screw is, and I put in some U-bolts and put a very slight incision right here on the mat, and it works like it should. I zip around on this thing all the time, and this thing does not budge. So anyways, so the special thing about this car is this is probably my most OEM period correct example. Okay, we have the year that these things were sold with the Motocompo, all right, and the model, because the Turbo 2 was never offered. It was just the base models that were that had the Motocompo option. Okay, now this cover that you see here and this helmet right here are two things that you rarely ever see. If you don't know, do some research. These things are extremely expensive. They are hard to find, and the fact that I found it before this listing is really, really special. So those who do know, feel free to chime in and definitely confirm that. These are very hard items to find. There is a backpack that is the most rare one, and I found one of those at the same time, and I got outbid on that. It went up to $1,000 just for the backpack. Okay, so I got the Honda City manual. Obviously that comes with the car. Just like a little marketing thing, kind of shows all the ins and outs. As you see, you got the fender mirror equipped models here, and they did some weird stuff. Okay, just gonna throw that in there. And then right here we have, this will be all in the photographs, but all of the owner's manuals and the safety points, the ins and outs, everything when the Motocompo was sold came with all these booklets. Nothing is missing, everything is intact. All right, and of course now you have the Motocompo helmet. super cool. As you can see, it is 30 years old. All right, and I'm gonna put that in there so it doesn't go anywhere. I'm gonna put this over here, and let me show you this beautiful piece here. Sorry for the shakiness. All right, and as you can see, there's your Motocompo. Very, very beautiful bike here. We've done everything that we could to get this thing in perfect condition. I believe we did, we put a new spark plug in there, fluids, carburetor was cleaned out, tires are good. This thing starts on the first kick, no problem. Even after sitting for like 2 weeks, it still starts up perfectly. Like 1 or 2 kicks, cranks up, which is pretty. I've owned about 3 or 4 of them now, and if you let them sit for about 2 weeks, they're gonna make you pay for it. The car in Japan was a 3.5 grade. No accidents or repair history. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, I'm back. I just wanted to pause real quick and kind of show the vehicle running. AC has also been recharged with R134. We've done cap and rotor, spark plug wires, fluids, and we've actually rebuilt the carburetor on this as well. And here's what I was talking about with the parking pole. When the lights come on, and you can see that real good at night. All right, let's go to the back here and show there is no smoke coming out of the exhaust. The underbody looks really good on this as well. No corrosion. Alright, so that's just the brake light right there. And you basically have a very basic, you have a very basic cluster here. Now with this Honda City E2, now I know that there is the Honda City R, the Honda City E, you have the Honda City Manhattan, but nobody has any information on this E2. So it's just E with the letter 2. And it also has this, you know, downshift and upshift indicators, and it has this fuel efficiency. So when you have the accelerator in the right spot in the right gear, that fuel, I am assuming fuel efficient, is the FE that lights up in green. So I've never seen that before. It's definitely not on the Honda City R. So kind of a unique thing we got here. As stated, the AC is working good. Okay, I'm gonna let that run for a little bit. That is the operating temperature. It does not budge from that point. And another thing y'all might not know is that this is like a cool box right here. The AC blows directly on it, and it keeps whatever you want nice and cool. And the AC blows pretty cold, so nice little touch there. Even the clock is a Citizen. Okay. The radio does work, and it is actually an Alpine stereo. Now these Honda Cities are a little bit weird. You have your FM down here with your tape deck, and then you have a whole separate unit right here for just, I'm pretty sure you heard the RPMs, and let me should go ahead and shut this off just in case the noise is too much on the speaker here. So like I was saying, the regular radio here with the tape deck is down here, and then you have like a totally separate little unit right here. Come on. For the AM. So it's kind of weird. This is your choke, rear defrost, rear fluid, and rear wiper. That all works as should. Your AC control, and this is your little glove box where you can put your paperwork, all your registration paperwork there. And it's got some good storage. You have a nice little cubby hole here. They do a really good job with the doors here, and you can put a couple of water bottles. So it's a very spacious car. When you're in this thing, it is literally a glass house. There's no blind spots in this thing at all. Okay. 5-speed, shifts well. The clutch is firm. It's not grabby at all. Door cards are in good shape. Seats are in excellent condition as well. Okay. Let me get the cover out of here. As you see, the rear seat just doesn't look like it's been sat in very much. Carpet's all good. No cigarette burns or anything like that. I don't see any scuffs, hard scuffs here, so it doesn't look like there's been much traffic in the back seat at all. Vehicle runs really good. I mean, it's a really good running car. So I did have Mugen wheels on this. They were 15 inches, and I decided to not go with those and run the Steelies with brand new rubber. They are a 12-inch, just a basic steel wheel, and I kind of like that better. You know, we're keeping everything factory OEM. Let me turn off these lights before I kill my battery. And there's no sense to put aftermarket wheels, even though they are Mugens. I still have the Mugens, so if somebody wants them with the car, that's fine. But honestly, they just don't work. They're too big, and it makes it look a little too ridiculous. So this is what I was talking about. City E2. This is a JAF sticker. It's pretty much Japan's version of AAA. And I like to think that when people have that, it just shows that the vehicle has had good ownership. Like I said, the tires are brand new. We just put those on, so less than 100 miles on those. Brakes are good. Mechanically, it's a 10. I would, my plans for this before the whole COVID thing took over, we were going to take this to the Radwood event in South Carolina. I think it was South Carolina. But we were definitely going to go, and I definitely wanted to drive it. I did not want to trailer it, and that was the whole goal. We were not going to trailer queen this thing. I was going to drive it from Jacksonville up to the Radwood event, but unfortunately that got canceled. So this thing is ready to ride, road trip ready. So anyways, let's take this down. Paint and body, I would give it an 8. My reason for the 8 is I believe there is a slight ding on the other side on that panel there, and very minor finish etching right here. I'm a pretty good detailer, but I'm not a professional detailer. Now, these things are just a basic single stage paint, and I'm not gonna go wet sanding these things. And I really don't trust anybody else to wet sand a single stage paint job. That's just me. The new owner can mess with that. I'm sure it's a very easy job for a super professional to do that. overall, you know, for the year of this car and the year of the bike, this is a very, very special combo, especially with the fender mirrors. The fender mirrors, to me, just make it so cool, and the fact that we just kept it all original. Side profile on these things are pretty rad. It just has like this cool, it kind of angles up, angles in, and then your roof line is very tall with lots of glass. It's just a really, it's a fun drive. If it was automatic, I probably would not care for it as much as I do, since this is a manual. So it makes it to where it's drivable, and you can kind of wring its neck a little bit and get down the road, and it's definitely not underpowered. You have plenty of power to get anywhere. Would I daily it? Yeah. If you wanted to daily this thing to work, this is something, even though it's age and parts availability, I would still say go for it. Very nice deep luster blue, and of course the yellow Motocompo complements that blue very, very well. I usually do red Motocompos, but this one I just knew the yellow was going to be super rad. And when you walk up to the kind of give you like a walk up, when you walk up to this thing, you're like, is that a Honda City? Oh, I gotta see if there's a Motocompo. Boom, you can see it. Definitely a Motocompo. Open this bad boy up, and you have pretty much shut down Radwood or Cars and Coffee. Hold on, my compadre here is going to start up this animal, so let me pause it so we can get out of here. All right, so that was the photographer. As you'll see in our pictures, we did some really cool pictures here, so I'm looking forward to that. And I decided to do the walk around video. It's a beautiful, beautiful night, and the wind is blowing. It feels great. And anyways, you know, the car is so simple. It's I don't want to ramble on too much, and I'm trying to remember everything. And of course we'll have lots and lots of more photos of the Motocompo itself. We'll have it out. As you know, the seat is in perfect condition. The panels are in perfect condition. The decals are all intact and beautiful. Okay. Looking into the cabin, the headliner is perfect condition. It's not even it's still soft to the touch, and the vinyl on the back of the headrest and the seats still soft to the touch, which kind of leads me to believe that this thing did not sit out. If it was a car that sat out, I would be pretty sure that this thing would be faded pretty good, especially with the whole single stage cheap paint that Honda applied. So yeah, I mean, close this back up. So YouTube, if anybody can explain to me, I've been on the Honda City groups, and even the gurus, they don't know what an E2 is. It seems to be this thing that nobody's ever heard of or have any information on. I know the E was the basic model, but I don't know what this E2 is. We know we had the E, we had this Honda City R, there was the Honda City Manhattan with the raised roof and it had little speakers. Those are super rare. You also had the Honda City Hypershift. It came in this green, and it had like this weird transmission feature that was different from all the other cars. Good luck finding one of those. I know a guy over in England that has one. He's not going to get rid of it. So I don't know what this E2 thing is, but hey, I'll take it. It's cool. All right, so we're getting into 20 minutes here, and I'm starting to ramble. Mechanical condition 10, cosmetics 8. We haven't even touched on the passenger side. Door cards, good. Yeah, that's a very good finish for a car this age. Anybody else that knows these Honda Cities, you know, it's getting really hard to find these things still in a decent condition without a bunch of rust and rot. So I can pretty much deal with anything else when I try to sell these things. And when we buy them, we don't want any rot. That's the last thing I want to deal with. Another thing too is that the suspension is still pretty dang good, because every time I put a Motocompo in there, it slumps noticeably. So with the Motocompo in there, it doesn't really slump that well, and it doesn't bottom out or anything. So usually that is a common issue on these things. By the time, of course, by the time it gets this age, the shocks are past due. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start wrapping up the video here. I hope that you guys, of course, we always try our best to present the car in the most honest way possible and give you everything we can from the videos, detailed photos. And if you've seen our previous sales, when we put a Honda Motocompo with a Honda City, you know it's good as gold. So any other questions, or if I missed something, please feel free to chime in. Again, if you like what we're doing here with these Honda Cities and Motocompos, please, I love to hear it. I love to hear the compliments and know that you enjoy the content. So again, thank you for watching, and this will be for sale on the probably we're gonna bring a trailer like we always do. So bid with confidence and enjoy a beautiful setup. I will probably say with confidence, you will not get a more complete example with the helmet, the cover, the owner's manuals, the pamphlets, the fender mirrors. This is a very, very hard specs to find. I know some of the Honda City guys that have been searching for quite some time to find a helmet and one of those covers, but they're getting to be an astronomical price where only somebody as dumb as me is going to pay that price. That's what Americans do, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at our email or our phone number. It's on our website. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy.